When Black women that are autistic use their voices, we are not protected because we are consistently seen as a threat.
If you thought it came off as combative.
No problem.
Let's get into your acting. You've been at this game for a long time. You started in 1993 as a child actor. Was that something that you always wanted to do?
Not that I always wanted to do. I mean, I started dance very, very young. In 1989, I was on Disney.
Okay.
Well, not I was on. Sorry. In 1989, I went to an audition for Disney because they had something called the Sparkling Christmas Spectacular at Disney World in Orlando, and my mom was like, "I think you should go and audition." So I went and auditioned, and I made it, which I was not expecting to do. It was like 1,500 kids dancing, and I made it, and I'm like, okay. And even though you're going to probably have an issue with this, they were racist. So when I was at Disney, and I was in the situation at Disney, I was there as the only Black girl, and there was a whole crew. It's like 12 of us. And so I was called an N-word right there while I was there. And I was also bullied while I was there because I was told that you're only here because you're Black. You can't really dance. You're just here because you're Black, so don't get any ideas. So that's what I'm being told by the other children. Does that suffice as racist to you, or would you want to call it something else? Is that just kids being mean?
The kids. So let me ask you a question. As a child, you never said anything derogatory? You was just this model citizen as a child? I mean, children. No, we're talking children, not functioning adults. Now, if you told me the adults, parents were telling you this, or the execs or people that are in charge of Disney are telling you this, I could agree with it. But at 89, you're probably 8, 9 years of age. Maybe younger.
So you have no problem with the children that were cursing out Ruby Bridges and the Little Rock Nine? Do you think that was just them being kids?
Two things can be true. Kids can be kids and not function as an adult, and things can be wrong. And sometimes when kids say things, they're repeating what they heard their parents say. They don't know it's wrong.
So what about the children who are receiving it that know it's wrong? Does that not matter?
Yes.
So if I'm 10 and I'm receiving that treatment and I know it's wrong, does it make my experience of it less? It
doesn't make it any less valid. No.
So that's what we're here to talk about. My experience.
Yes.
So my experience is that I experienced that. And it was difficult. So that's the valid part of this. I'm not here to protect those people because it's irrelevant to the conversation. So when I'm talking about me being on this dance show, I was there. And
why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I
don't know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
You're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist who I was in a classroom with for a year that you have never met. You are emitting doubt upon that because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said
in your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people, is that kids correct an adult, no matter what society it is frowned upon. That's what I was saying. Okay. You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
Well, see, again, you're going to consider it your way because you see things, like you said, you see things through your prism. Okay.
I think it's fascinating to watch you accuse me of doing the thing that you're doing.
No,
it's fascinating.
I think
it's fascinating.
This is your interview, so I won't interject what I think. But anyway, your mom is white.
My mother is not white.
Is your
Why
mom?
do people keep saying my mother is white?
She's West Indian, so.
She is a black woman from Grenada, which is a black island.
She married a white man.
No, she did not.
You say you started doing white things?
My aunt married a white man. That's what I said. I said my aunt married a white man. On trips with my aunt.
I miss
have no. My mother is a. To invalidate diagnosis that comes outside of a clinician is only revealing that they actually don't know anything about autism diagnosis or autism. So I just want to once again thank you all for the love. And this is further proof of why we as Black people, particularly in Black media spaces, we are our own worst enemy. And I guess, again, it's just another day of being on the fringe.
Let's talk about it. Now, I watched the Club Shay Shay and Amanda Seales interview, and I was just not surprised and almost triggered by what I saw on this interview, because this is the story of so many Black autistic women's lives. When we speak up and we say something about something that's going on, or we ask a question, then we are now seen as a threat. Why? because we are questioning you when really we are simply bringing attention to the fact that something is systematically wrong and we need to think about a way to fix it. But because our behavior, our tone, our lack of ability to play the social game with you doesn't deliver it in a way that is comforting to your ego, then now we're seen as a threat and no one protects the threat. I do a lot of work on unmasking. I'm trying to fix my face here. But when your existence is a fucking nuisance to people and you're just trying to help and you get mischaracterized, misunderstood all the damn time, it is the most frustrating thing in the world.